Hello, Libra North Node. Welcome to your reading for September, October, and November of 2022. These are general readings, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Just take what strikes a chord with you and let the rest float away to whoever else in your North Node collective needs to hear that message at this time. If you are feeling this reading, give it a like, thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel so that I may connect better to your energy as well. And then don't forget to click the bell to be notified when I upload. I will reiterate that these are North Node readings. So I only read for the North Node sign. This is not for any other placement in your chart. It's very specific to your North Node calling, your soul's point of expansion, and what you came to this planet for in terms of life experiences and destiny. If you're not sure what your North Node sign is, I have provided a link to a chart on my website where you could look it up very quickly. You could also run your birth chart and check what that is to make sure that you are in the right place. So this spread that I am using today for the 3-month span is was given to me by my guides. We start with kind of bigger, overarching, we call it universal energy. So bigger streams of energy that are favorable for you to work with in this time. Then we'll go to the 5D on another circle, or rung of the spiral. We go to the 5D, messages from your higher self, and just those cues that are being pulled, given to you to trigger your expansion. And then we go to the 3D, those situations, concrete, tangible situations that are happening in your physical reality that are there for your lessons, soul growth, and to push you down the North Node path. I then go to, there's a lot of stages to this reading, and then I go to advice on how to bridge the 3D and the 5D, like how you could best raise your vibration. And then at the end of this reading, this month, I'm going to look at the energy that you can work on alchemizing over the next 4 months. No, sorry, not 4. 3 months. It's 4 cards over the next 3 months. And then we have a final oracle. And then you're done. Yay. And all of that will be time-stamped below. So don't worry. You could always, if you don't have time to sit down for the whole, I'm going to say about an hour for this reading, you could always come back and start where you left off. Or if it was a lot of information at once, you can come back and go to that time-stamped section of the reading. So, without further ado, let's step into the universal energies for Libra North Node. We have Path of the Soul. I think they want that one and this one. Let me just get all of them and then I'll tell you what they all are. Ooh, got 2 in the last position. Libra North Node. So as I said, the first card is Path of the Soul. Then we have Revealed. Universal Connection. And then you have 2 cards, Intuitive Arts Guide. And where's this one again? Renewal. Okay, so apparently some of you in this group are are in arts or entertainment or something where you nonetheless have to create, which can come in many forms, creation. Well, what is coming up for you is this next 3 months, you're really going to be able to connect to your higher purpose. And they want me to talk specifically about the difference between a fated outcome, like your fated life, and your destiny life. Your fated life is kind of, if you weren't going to do any work on yourself in this lifetime, that's just the trajectory your life is on. It could still bring joy and happiness, but not at the same depth. And it would mean that, so they're saying to me that people who keep ending up in their fated life, they don't necessarily pass, I don't want to say pass the tests, but what they were contracted to do, they may not end up doing. Or you'll do it in the physical sense, but without the kind of the benefit to your soul that it's supposed to have. This is going to become more apparent to you, or it's available for you to become more, as this card is called, revealed, to reveal itself to you. Like, you're going to see the different facets and colors that make up your life. And it's not so much about being on the wrong path or not, because no one externally can really tell you what the wrong path or right path is. Your soul knows it, your higher self knows it. It's about your conscious mind and your 3D self and your ego knowing it, right? Because we have to interact with the world through those mechanisms. So you have the opportunity to reveal a lot of deeper meaning in your life, as to why why your life looks the way it looks right now. Universal connection is telling me that, a lot of different elements of your life that have, maybe confused you or sent you into, is there something wrong with me? I made the wrong decision, whatever. You're going to be able to connect it to a much bigger life purpose, a much bigger understanding of yourself. And that has the possibility to put you in a new place of manifestation, and also a renewed sense of self, a renewed sense of hope. If you have the feeling that some of you have lost the passion for your work, perhaps it's become mundane, or you worked so hard for it, and when you got there, you realized that it's not as fulfilling as you imagined it to be. And I have a feeling that there's also some energy of having your head down and working, and not enjoying the journey. And now that you're there, it's like, okay, now what? Because there's a definite energy of people who are already kind of successful in their own right, but feel like almost guilty that they're not happier than they are. Because maybe you're doing financially better than friends, or family situation-wise, you have things that your friends, colleagues, siblings would like to have. But there seems to be, for some of you, there's just it's like now, it's a now what? I mean, some of you never thought that there was anything deeper to look for. And I'm getting the vibe of like, you haven't, not necessarily that you've chosen wrong up to this point, but that, okay, now you got all that, your ego is kind of satisfied. Now your soul is like, okay, it's my turn. And so the universal energy is really feeding that what is the deeper meaning? What's the point of all this? And if I'm not happy, how can I get happy? That is what I am getting. The universal. We're going to check out your 5D vibes. Could be a part of your higher self that's already ascended and that's sending little signals to you, or just your general higher self. Oh, okay, that came quick. So I'm using 2 different decks here. So they're not going to come out in order. I kind of have to ask where things rest here. Integration. Integration. So yes, your first card is integration. Now we have empowerment, which they want down here. And then we have throat chakra, which is here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take the second deck. Get another 3 cards for Libra North Node. King of Fire. I think we already have the 3. Okay, yeah, we're good. So King of Fire, we have King of Fire here. What's next? We have the Child. And the 2 of, I think this is swords, yes? And he has scales. So the Libra energy for sure. Okay, so, excuse me. We'll start with the 2 of air. Libra energy, your North Node, 2 of air, the scales, justice, and balancing your light and shadow sides, and balancing your ego's idea of success and your soul's idea of success. And also being okay with that those 2 things may be different. And there's a message of you're not feeling that financial pursuits or material pursuits are somehow not spiritual pursuits or not soul pursuits. And that's kind of your higher self is asking what your dreams are made of. And as I said, some of you have a life that people from the outside envy or think that, oh, you have a dream life, you got everything, you have this, that, and the other, and you may not necessarily feel that way, but may feel guilty about not feeling that way. There's a very strong energy of like someone who's actually quite well off in themselves, but is discontented. And also the energy of some of you who have done everything that you said you're going to do and found out that you're not content. The other side of that trajectory, or further back on the trajectory, you may be on a path of trying to achieve something and you feel that the passion, like your passion and drive for it, is no longer really there. Throat chakra is coming. You need to express what you want into being. I feel that there is a lack of truth with others and a lack of truth with yourself. Because with integration, we have, I usually read what's on the card, so We have in throat chakra, the frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Right? Any frustration by not speaking your truth can show up as everything from, sore throat to overactive or underactive thyroid. They're also showing me like ear ailments, like problems with hearing. And integration, the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. So you have like two cards that already call out balance here. So they're basically telling me, if you have people around you, or if you find yourself influenced by the fact that people think that you should be more grateful than you are, you can be grateful and still want more, right? Practicing gratitude is a good place for you to start. I'm not going to be surprised if some expressions of gratitude show up in your spread today. And because the child here in this deck is the child, but number one is the magician. And it's creating from that innocent place. And when I say innocent, it's like you are aware of your intentions. And your intentions are more harmonized. And I feel that you have possibly have had someone in your ear tell you that certain things, wanting certain things or pursuing certain things is like selfish, or some of you are actually being encouraged to be more selfish. So they're giving me the example of someone who wants to start a nonprofit arm of their business, or wants to start giving some of their profits to charitable organizations, or somehow supporting their community in that way. But you're not in a circle of people who are very into philanthropy. And could be downright, sexist, racist, classist, whatever. They're highlighting the crown chakra to me as well. That when you're creating from your soul's impulses, your soul's promptings, you are definitely creating from an intention that means no harm, and that is for the highest good of yourself and the highest good of all. In life, there are always, sometimes, which word do I want to use? So, sorry, they gave me always and the word sometimes. In a world of polarity, when there's a winner, there's also a loser. But that doesn't mean that everyone always has to win and everyone always has to lose. Or, some always have to win and some always have to lose, right? So even if your intentions are like to win something, for example, that you winning, for someone else, that's going to be a disappointment for them. But the highest good could be either way, right? The highest good could just be both people's experience. And this is what trusting the soul's prompting and its connection to the divine, its connection being your true authentic connection as, a divine being, that impulse, that intuition is not going to steer you wrong, because it is what empowers you to create a life that is fulfilling to you on all levels: material, spiritual, sexual, emotional, romantic, friendships, intimacy, experiences of artistry, they're giving me the word recognition. So also if you crave a certain recognition, as a Libra North Node, you, not as strongly as Aquarius, but your soul craves fair and balanced situations and is more teamwork makes the dream work than a trailblazer in itself, right? So I do feel that there's someone in here that created their success by being the lone wolf and, going it alone. But you find yourself at the top with no one to share it with. Even like colleague-wise to say like, yeah, we did a really awesome job, right? Let me move on to this card, empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others. That's the key word, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. So here's the fun, Libra North Node. If it is resonating with you that you feel that you've wanted more community, more teamwork in your life in one way or another, congratulations for connecting to your Libra promptings, your Libra North Node promptings. You can use your Aries vibe, Aries South Node vibe to get you there, because it seems that you are going to be more enlightened than your peers, for lack of a better way of putting it. So you may be, your perception, your sensitivity is opening faster than the people around you, which will make you a quote unquote trailblazer in a way, right? But that trailblazing is like, if you don't let that out, it will be difficult for the right people to come into your sphere. The unity that you crave will be, you have to cut yourself loose of whatever and whomever is limiting your idea of success and is somehow encouraging you not to want more than what you already have. I'm feeling that more for, I continue to say, I'm feeling that more for someone who already has like material success and they're looking for more soul fulfillment. But there are also some who are stable financially, but not happy in their work, and people don't feel that they should pursue another line of work because maybe, okay, this is not a maybe. Somebody out there has had that job so long that they have like seniority, they have a good amount of vacation days and health care and whatever and whatnot. Do not take this reading as go leave your job. That's not the point. But it is your birthright to exist in the earthly realm on the same frequency as your soul's, authentic divine self. And that is the work. That is the journey. That is the fun. And sometimes the not so fun of the human existence, right? We're all like navigating our ways back to ourselves and learning and discovering and having experiences along the way. So feel very entitled to feeling happy at a deeper level. And whatever that is, that creates that for you. All right, yeah. So 3D cards are coming out. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is what's happening in your physical reality, tangible reality, as promptings to your soul for its expansion. This is the Judgment card in reverse. wait a minute. That is not the Six of Pentacles in reverse. That is the, it's not the Six of Pentacles. It's the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. That's the first card. Yes, thank you. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Thank you. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. So, what is coming up in your physical reality that is providing the stimulus for your soul's growth and expansion? So, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, to me, is signaling what I've been saying for most of this reading already. Having reached a certain attainment materially, we're saying it's not just material. Some of you, your abundance is like, you happy life, relatively stable life situation. But the Nine of Pentacles is looking at what you've created and not being quite content with it. They want me to give you actually two possibilities for the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. One, you look at everything that you've created and you've built and you're not quite content with it. Two, it feels like you've put in a lot of work and not gotten out of it what you were looking for. Which is basically the same sentence in two different ways. So the common thread is looking at what you've created and saying, this is not enough, or that's not what I intended, or so in the next 3 months, you're going to be looking at what is manifesting around you, what you've created already in your past, or through your past hard work and such, and evaluating how content it really makes you. Then you have the Judgment card in reverse, which Aries North Node, your counterpart, got as well. Not heeding a call, or feeling like you should not heed a call, or because in the upright you see there's the figure in the water. There's lots of emotion, intuition, the guides saying, sending it through the crown chakra, and you feel, that the universe is calling you to another phase, which you are grounding into the earthly plane. In the reverse of all that. So there is a higher star calling. For some of you, it is from your guides. For some of you, it's from your higher self. And that is going to become the divide between what you want and what you have is just going to become that much more apparent in the next 3 months. The Ten of Pentacles is a great card. Should be great, right? And I feel that you're going to realize that if you've created everything you have up to now, that you are going to be able to create something else as well. So the feeling of empowerment may come very naturally to you. But this can also denote, because it's all of these planets, can also denote the company, looking at the company you keep. And the company you keep being united through material conditions, as opposed to it being your actual soul family. So that's something that could become more present in the next 3 months. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh, yeah, I do feel like shared mindset is going to be an important element of your life, whether it's with your mate or dating or friendships, work life. It'll feel more and more necessary for you, for your material life, to be aligned with your soul's promptings, frequencies, wishes and desires. And that is what your soul is there to do, to kind of put you on the trajectory of your Libra North Node, right? And if you're with people who have a different idea of equality, equity, justice, fairness in the world, humanity, because I'm feeling with this group, people who are more heart-centered, but somehow surrounded by a lot of not heart-centeredness, and it has put them in this, you almost have two sides to yourself, for the sake of survival and success up to what you have achieved up to now, right? So let's see what your advice is. We have the Hermit. Something flipped over. The Knight of Wands. The Two of Wands. Do you want this one? Yeah, Three of Wands, but I feel there's another one that needs to come out. And I feel I have to move that Three of Wands. Hold on. Let's see. Just double checking things. Okay. Yes. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So let me just see if the Three of Wands. No, they want these both together here. So the Hermit, which is also card number 9, coming on top of the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. As much as your throat chakra needs to express its truth, you do have to pick your battles the next 3 months. And some people you're not going to be able to convince, and not even necessary to convince them. So picking and choosing your battles is going to be very important, as well as being very honest with yourself about what you want, which will likely require some spending time on your own. If you are able to take a staycation or vacation in the next 3 months, that would be great, just to clear your mind, hear yourself, hear your soul's promptings. The Knight of Wands. I'm getting a kind of feel the resistance around you, but do what you want to do anyway. For those of you... No, sorry, let me back up on that. Feel empowered. The people who influence you, or who may feel like they have the power to hold you back, they want you to know that you are participating in that belief. So it is true because you believe it to be true, as much as it, one could argue it's just true, right? So sorry if that is kind of confusing and around in circles, but basically I'm seeing in this picture, this person has like not really a care in the world, right? And you have the horse in the back who's, whinnying and wild and free. Freeing yourself and marching to the beat of your own drum is going to be part of it. And that is your Aries South Node strength that you can take. And they're especially saying that if you feel that, look at all the things that you've built up to now and realize that how much strength, character, passion, ability, skill it took to get where you are. From that point, you can dream up anything, right? It's just a matter of knowing what it is you want to build. And that's where your Two of Wands come in, where you're going to have to make decisions to stay where you are and, figure out something from that. Or, here she's looking out the window with the globe and the traveling, and it doesn't have to be that. For some of you, it is that dramatic of a change, like moving, quitting, changing career paths, ending significant relationships. But what I'm getting from the Two of Wands mostly is, remember that you are building this. You are manifesting. You are fully empowered. And yes, you may have built connections and maybe bonded to people, which in some way is satisfying your Libra North Node vibe, but there is very obviously something missing from that. And you have every right to ask for it or to now create it, right? Because the Three of Wands, she's here looking at the sea, ready to, surf, ride the waves, ready to start a new adventure. And the Nine of Pentacles is a very independent being who also has had their adventures, planted their seeds, is reaping the rewards. So what I would say from the Three of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles is, if you plant it, it will grow. It's just about you taking the time to plant it, and planting with more soul-led intention. Are we moving on? Yeah, we're moving on. So I'm keeping this general because I understand that each of us has their own, on our own journey when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of things. But a lot of us are on similar journeys energetically. So that's kind of where I like to stay. I do personal readings as well, of all types. So if you're ever interested in getting into the specifics then yeah, that's possible. I got a little confused here. Do you want the bottom card? Do you want the bottom one? Top one. Okay. We have chaos. Massa Confusa. Then we have, what's next? Pluto. Then we have Mystical Sister. So this is what the energies that, for your alchemizing this month, if you want to make, not this month, sorry, next 3 months, to make significant changes in your physical reality. And the Peacock's Tail, which is very nice color match to the intuitive arts guide that you got at the very beginning. Okay. Alchemizing energy. Chaos. They're saying that chaos and control are both illusions, and in the midst of chaos, your soul's promptings are what are going to give you the best guidance. It's also fine to not do much. I feel the time is going to come throughout the 3-month span that you will be called to do more, but I feel in the beginning that you're being called more to observe the chaos, to observe what's going on around you rather than do something about it. And this comes in, like, I feel it very closely connected to the Hermit's energy in this case. Because it's an energy of also being, you know, that you reach that point where you're so fed up, so overwhelmed, so confused that you're just like, okay, I'm done with it. But as soon as you release trying to understand is when understanding comes. Or as soon as you release trying to create order, order comes. That is the energy of the chaos card. What you are to hold on to in the alchemizing of the chaos to order, let's say in the confusion to understanding, is the understanding of yourself and of your soul's makeup, as much as you are now being given the invitation to understand, given the universal energies around you. Pluto, I feel you are going to go to a deep, shadowy place. Sorry, it sounds great to me because I am very much in Scorpio energy, but some people are scared by, you know, the planet of the underworld, as they call it. But this is where all the skeletons are buried. This is where a lot of healing can happen. This is this is growth, because growth needs to happen. And it's like it comes from this, you know, what's Pluto? This tiny little planet that's not even designated a planet anymore, right? Yet it has so much to bring when it comes to balancing shadow and light, which you have down here in the Two of Swords. That comes with revealing to yourself, revealing yourself to yourself, seeing yourself through renewed eyes. I just feel you're going to have a lot revealed to you, and this is the the interesting alchemy here. It's like when you look into the shadows is when you will see the light. This is what they're saying to me. And you see mass confusion and Pluto are also they're related in this spider web motif, right? Ooh, 3 months of on one hand, they're showing me like going through the cobwebs, unearthing some old stuff, decluttering your mental closet, but they're also showing me, weaving, as in dream weaving, like weaving things into being. Let's go to the Soror Mystica, mystical sister. So, and I love the gold in it for you, Libra North Node. I feel in the next 3 months with this card, now this doesn't have to be a woman or someone with a feminine identity. This is about soul sister, like that companion. And look at all the gold in this. And kind of like this is flying, moth is flying. This is about being accompanied through a challenging time by someone who just holds space for you. That could be a friend, a colleague. It could be a new set of acquaintances even. The one thing, the characteristic to look for is, non-judgmental. They listen and don't necessarily feel the need to give you advice, because this person may already be in your life, but you just may not be that close to them, or you haven't recognized them for what they can bring you. They see you in all of these soulful, colorful ways that you seem to have been trying to exert control over. So do look for that. And that could also be a turning point for you in many of your relationships, because the depth of that mutual respect and understanding will be then an example for, these people who seem to hang out with you because you look a certain way, have a certain amount of money, live in a certain neighborhood, whatever. This person is like your soul family. And that soul family will lead you to the peacock's tail, where you feel very comfortable in expressing the fullness of yourself in whichever way you decide to put that out into the world. And this is a beautiful journey for you. Even the pictures, starting from confusion, you're already getting into here where you get a little bit more light, and the gold and things in the shadows are exposing themselves so that you can, light this flame, have a really good heart-to-heart with someone, have a few of them, right? And that being so healing in itself that you are ready to step into a more full version of yourself and express that full version of yourself in the world. If I were to summarize that, your next 3 months, that would be the summary. And let's see what your final card has here. Oops, was that a slip? Or is that the card you want? Yeah, they want. So we have a higher view. So you got 2 cards, a higher view and body and soul. Let's see something. They want to give you quite a bit. So, and then you have a powerful move and great and full. So they're telling me to put it like this, first of all. We're not going to, I read from the guidebook, but they're saying I don't really need to read all of them. The one that they want read, excuse me, is, let me see, higher view or body and soul. They want these two. So great and full. You want me to look at them after? Okay, they want me to look at those after I read the other two. So let's start with the higher view. Number 41, a higher view. The key concepts are seeing from a higher perspective, conscious neutrality, letting go of judgment and assumptions, non-attachment, the ability to remain unbiased. Sometimes our lives are suction cupped to the ends of our noses and we can't see beyond ourselves. This happens to everyone once in a while. We fall into an automatic response to life and react from a learned, conditioned place rather than one of awareness. Being in reactivity keeps us repeating old patterns. Conversely, the avoidance of our triggers could keep us in our comfort zone, policing our attempts at new things. The way to be successful in your endeavor to connect with others is to step out of your sticky perception of the world. Imagine yourself sitting on the back of a bird 1,000 feet above your life. Wouldn't your perspective change? From a higher point of view, you can see for miles. You can let go of naming or blaming the obstacles in your way and instead easily discover a path to more beautiful and compelling vistas. More can become available to you in all aspects of your life when you are able to step back and get a little distance. You can wait before responding, be more graceful in your interactions, and see how everything is connected and every experience is a gift. The world is wide open for you today. All you have to do is move to higher ground. Be mindful and celebrate the spectacle of life's dance. They want me to just, the connection between the mass confusion or the chaos card and being able to kind of go back to a higher perspective and chill out and just watch the show before you do anything. With body and soul, we have taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package, body not separate from soul, centered in your sense of self, comfortable in your body, your authentic identity, and physical health. Extreme self-care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully, are you taking care of yourself? Your first choice may be to care for others before meeting your own needs. Check in with yourself. Are you experiencing halt, hunger, anger, loneliness, tiredness? This card is a signal that it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you because you are worthy of this care. What simple things require your attention so you can function optimally in your world and live your best life a day at a time? Another message that this card holds is about how you live with authenticity. Can you be at ease within yourself? You doing you with pride and self-worth. Remember, you are a soul that manifests through a body, a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you are here on purpose, even if there are days when you wonder about that. There is an intentionality to your being here now, just the way you are, in this time in our collective story. You being here is important, for you are a precious being with a purpose, even if it seems elusive some days. Just know that life loves you. With that in mind, your job is to do your part to make your experience a healthy one. How you nourish your body, mind, and soul is directly related to how you experience your life. It's time to put yourself first, then everything will fall beautifully into place. Yes, so after reading those two, I think it sums up everything very nicely. But they want here, just final, without necessarily reading it. Great and full. Okay, they said keywords. So, because there's key concepts to each card. Great and full key concepts are the mindful practice of gratitude. I say way in the beginning if that gratitude is probably going to come out for you. The mindful practice of gratitude, knowing that you are enough, committing to your intentions, a sense of sufficiency, and letting go of attachment to form. That's part of your higher view. And for card 15, a powerful move. The key concepts are action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered empowerment card is down there, empowered and thoughtful place, positive change. So it's going to be an interesting 3 months, Libra North Node, and I do wish you all the best. I will be doing little updates in between, just a little 15-minute energy update for each sign in the months in between. And you could always come back and refer to this reading again in the coming weeks. So until then, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.